Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface and Leatherface Pretty Lady version from NECA. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, these figures look awesome, and they are a vast improvement over the original NECA Leatherface. I saw that one, the original, multiple times in stores, and just could not get over how bad the proportions were, at least in my eyes. The arms in particular just looked weird. Here they have corrected a lot of that, especially the arms, and they just look so much better for it. Also, I am reviewing these together because they are basically the same figure from pretty much the shoes, if that ever, there we go, can we get some focus? Not really. A little bit. Okay, there we go. So from the shoes, the legs, the shirts, shown from two different angles here. The tie is the same. It's kind of hidden behind the apron there, but the tie is the same. So pretty much all of that is the exact same sculpt, same paint, all of that, which makes sense, especially considering how things went in the movie itself. Like, we even get the gash on the leg on both of them. It makes sense, obviously, for the Pretty Lady one at the end of the movie, but for this first one, doesn't really make as much sense, but reuse all of that. But beyond that, we do get some changes. So obviously this is the classic Leatherface look. So we do get that apron with a bunch of blood on it, done very, very nicely. It's nice and pliable too. I was a little worried. I was kind of like, oh, it's going to traffic cone. It's going to be an issue, but it's really not. It does move with the figure, which is very, very nice. So yeah, beyond that, again, proportions are great. We do get the killing mask, as it's generally called, and this is done beautifully. There is an eye sculpt back there. I don't know how well this is going to show, but they made this one so it kind of obscures that, and they're just kind of these black voids, as they should be. And that's a really, really nice touch. The hair sculpt is beautiful. Got just a lot of texture going on there, both with the paint and the sculpt. Just really fantastic work. Some of the best I've seen from NECA, to be completely honest. Pants have some really nice details with the dry brushing, and the shoes get a little bit of dirt on them. So just really, really good attention to detail. Oh, and we get his bracelet, which is generally all bone. I don't think there was gold. This is kind of like all gold teeth, which is strange. I don't think that's accurate to the movie. So it's a one like strange thing, but there's that. Then the Pretty Lady version, get that to stand. There we go. So obviously a different face, or mask sculpt rather. We get the different mask with the different cuts for the eyes. We get the makeup on there. The hair is obviously more kind of billowed out, but still great paint, great sculpt. And then I guess you can see the neck joint there that popped off relatively easily. But there you see better shot of the tie. So really cool there. And oh, the arms are removable. That is to make removing that easier. And we'll get into that in the next section. But yeah, we get the same bracelet, pretty much. Again, body is the same. You can see that the fly is undone. That is the same on the Killing Mask version too. So there's that. I don't think I ever noticed that in the movie. But again, attention to detail, NECA doing it. And yeah, from the waist down, or from the torso all the way down through the legs, just the exact same figure. So yeah, really cool looking figures. There's a lot of accessories between these two. However, there is some shared stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over the differences, or the unique stuff to the Killing Mask version, then the stuff that they share, and then we're going to talk about the Pretty Lady version. So for the Killing Mask version, we of course get that initial head sculpt we looked at, which is awesome. We do get another version of that mask, more from when he's looking out the window, so we see the eyes a little bit more clearly, and the mouth. So just really well done. I think the fact that they got these two looks so different but very accurate to how they are in the movie is kind of impressive. So I'm definitely a fan of that. Then we get the kind of grandma wig look from the dinner scene. This is very well done as well. Just kind of subtle little lipstick going on there. And again, the eyes being sunken into the mask, but the sculpt is there. So really, really cool work. Then we get, again, focusing on the different stuff, we do get a sledgehammer. So really cool, just kind of all black sculpt with a little bit of sheen to that. We even get a little bit of rust going on there with the dry brush. Then we get a pair of forceps, or tongs rather. So really cool sculpt, just kind of looks dirty and messed up, as it should, from that, just the way the movie feels, which is wonderful. Then we get a meat hook, done very, very well. This is one of those accessories I am afraid I'm going to break, which is why I'm glad I kind of moved to kind of cases for my figures as opposed to the just plastic bags. Just casting the silver plastic, you can see that you can hang that on stuff, which is added bonus. Then we get, forgot to mention this, the apron that goes with the old lady mask. Some really nice patterns going on there. We get a couple of pockets to put some of the accessories in. The way this switches out really is kind of, as you saw earlier, the arms do pop off, so you can just kind of pop the head and the arms off, and then this will go on as opposed to the yellow one. And then we get a spoon. And I don't know I'm trying to struggle to remember what exactly this is referencing, except it was like, obviously like in the background of something. But, oh, actually, this probably goes in the pockets. Never mind. Don't mind me. I'm due for my rewatch of this. So there's that. And then we get to stuff that's the same. Well, we'll start with the same, we get different. So we do get a chainsaw, of course. This one is blood spattered, and we get this really nice, bright yellow green for the main body. You can see it's kind of hollow on the bottom, which is interesting. But really nice silver, dark red for the blood, and we get splatter all over the place. Then we get this kind of bone knife, which we've seen with almost every Leatherface figure from different companies too. It's a neat accessory to have with it. It's beautifully sculpted and painted. Then we get the hammer. So you can see the wooden handle. We get some nice detail, like again, dry brushing here on the top for the business end. We do get a meat cleaver with both of them. No blood or anything like that, just a little bit of rust. Some really nice paint going on. And finally, they both come with the same sets of hands. So we do get a pair of grips for the various implements, both with vertical hinges, I believe, yes. And then we get a pair of relaxed hands. So that's everything we get with both of them. What we get with Killing Mask and then both of them. So for what is unique to Pretty Lady, we do get the clean chainsaw. So again, same sculpt, looks really nice. You just get to admire the sculpt a little bit more there, less chaotic, but very, very nicely done. Then we get this armadillo, which is fantastic. Love this accessory. Just really nice sculpt and paint. Just a lot of dry brush going on there. The dark, just bring out those details. Just awesome. Then we get a plate of meat. So you can see, looks to be potentially tripe. Two different types of sausage on this kind of dirty looking plate. Great work. Then we get two different versions of the jacket. So you see this is slightly more relaxed, but still kind of flaring out here. Pardon me. And then we get this version that is flaring out on the left side. So yeah, that will do it for accessories. Articulation here is decent, and the balance is precarious, to put it best, mostly because of the shape of the shoes. So we'll see if Killing Mask falls over at some point, but we're going to use Pretty Lady for the example here. Let me readjust a little bit. So for the head, we are on a ball peg, as we actually saw earlier. There it is. So you can see the neck is also on a separate piece. So that allows for some good movement, though this head sculpt in particular is going to run into the back of the shoulders, so not really going to get a lot of up. We do get some down, get some nice tilt, get rotation, hinge and swivel at the arms. We saw how those came out earlier as well. So there's a T-pose, get rotation, of course. We got single jointed elbows, which come nicely past 90, get rotation there as well. Then we get some hinge and swivel at the wrists, so we did that off screen for some reason. So we get horizontal for our wielding hands, and then we get vertical for our wielding hands, then we get horizontal for the others. Then we get nothing in the diaphragm, but the waist, we do get a ball joint, so we can come about that far forward, nothing crazy. Back is about the same, a little bit of side to side, and that's where rotation is going to come from. The hips, almost full splits, beautiful. Front kick is just about 90, so perfect there. We do get a little bit of a thigh swivel on that assembly there. single jointed knees, which do come past 90, just past 90, but we get some rotation there as well. Then we get a little bit of point, a little bit of forward, and a little bit of rocker, all because we're running into that pants sculpt. So that will do it for articulation. Oh wait, actually, that will not do it for articulation. We actually have the tie as well, which is on a swivel, so I can go anywhere you want and get as wacky as you want. So that will do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with some other NECA horror. With some domestics. With some imports. With some monsters. Finally, with yours truly in human form in both 1/18 and 1/12 scale. So my final thoughts on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface figures from NECA is that these are great. They are just visually such an improvement over the previous release. Again, I never bought that just because it didn't appeal to me, but these, as soon as they went up, I was all in, and I'm glad I was. My only major gripe with these figures is the balance. The shoes, because they did such an accurate sculpt, make it a very hard figure to kind of stand, even just stand. I will admit this does take a little more finagling than I would like. I mean, if you got a good solid surface, it should be okay. But you know, because of the just build of the figure, it's going to be hard, especially because that base is not very wide. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But other than that, accessories are great. They look fantastic. They have nice smooth articulation as well. So highly recommend these, especially if you're a fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. One of my favorite movies of all time, period. Just, yeah, the really nice to see NECA finally do Leatherface justice here. So yeah, pick it up if you see it. That being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining, and if that's the case, I hope to see you back here, because I do reviews every week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. So if any of that appeals to you, come on back, let's talk some nice plastic, escape the world for a while. But really, at the end of the day, I just hope you're well, hope that all of your toy dreams come true, and most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.